So you think that your partner's cheating on you. That sucks. I'm sorry, but you came to the right place. I'm kind of an expert at this, and not to humble brag or anything, but I have a lot of experience being cheated on and even cheating. So that sucks for me, but not for you, thankfully. I learned a lot from my pain and my mistakes, and I kind of want to share that with you so it can help you figure out what's going on in your life. I've compiled a list of red flags that might be signs your partner's cheating on you. Before we get into it though, can you like this video and leave me a comment? Let me know why you're here. Have you ever been cheated on, and have you seen any of these signs? Do you think your partner's currently cheating on you? Are you cheating on your partner and trying to learn how to not get caught? Don't do that. Don't be a dick. Quick disclaimer. This isn't fun, but this is a very serious topic. So don't cheat on anyone. Don't be a dick. I can't say that enough. This is based off of my life experiences, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna fit your life exactly. So your partner might display a few of these signs and not be cheating, or they might display none of these signs and be cheating. So please take it with a grain of salt. If you see these red flags, they're not a sign that they're for sure cheating, but they are a sign that you guys need to have a conversation. You need to sit down, have that tough conversation, be open and honest, and communicate with each other. So much can be fixed with open communication, but like too many of us don't even want to try. It's hard. That's why they're called tough conversations. So be mindful that this isn't fun, informational, and don't be a dick. Yeah? Cool. So any red flag that you're going to look for is going to be a sudden change in their routine or behavior. And pretty much everything falls under that category. So we're just going to start with phone usage. Are they using their phone more than normal? Are they ignoring you more for their phone? Will they not disengage with their phone when you ask them to? Like, say you ask them to watch a movie with you. Do they spend the entire time like looking at their phone, or do they actually watch it with you? Do they get up in arms when you try and ask them what they're doing on their phone so much? Why won't they pay attention to you? Do you see them like sitting there, texting, like smiling, smirking, looking all flirty, and then when you ask them who they're talking to, they say no one. Dead-faced. That's not good. Are they suddenly more possessive and private with their phone? Are they keeping it face down a lot? That's really not good. Do they have new passwords or a fingerprint? Are they not even letting you use their phone or laptop? Do they carry their phone everywhere? Has it become into appendage? Instead of like setting it down to charge it every now and then, like it is literally glued to their hand or in their pocket. Have you noticed that they haven't gotten any notifications? iPhones are tricky like that. You used to have to set your phone on airplane mode or silent, but now you can just silence the notifications from a certain person's text messages. Thanks for that, Apple. Are they suddenly less interested in sex? Have you been having less sex? This has to be like a big change. I'm not talking like just a little tweak. Like I'm saying you used to have sex every day, every other day, and now you're lucky if you have sex like once every 2 weeks. That's a big change. Have you noticed that your partner is getting down a little bit differently in bed? Have they learned new tricks? Maybe they're practicing with someone else or watching a lot of porn. It could really go either way. Something that I've seen a lot of people do is they will hype up a certain friend or coworker a lot. They'll talk about how funny they are, how cool they are, blah, 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 and then suddenly they just stop talking about them. Now, what I think happens is when they talk about them, they haven't cheated yet. They're okay sharing that piece of information with you. But when they cheat, they will not bring them up at all. That's because they don't want to bring attention to it. Maybe something's going on. Maybe something happened. They don't want you to be thinking about it and asking questions, so they just won't mention them. It's a secret now. Do they go MIA from time to time? Now, if they live with you, that's going to be a little bit hard to do, but maybe they stay after work late. Maybe they go in early. Are they going places alone now instead of with you? Are they going to the gym, to the grocery store? Why do they want to be alone so much? Alone time is a good thing. It's good to be independent, but if it's this sudden change and they don't want you around, that's just kind of weird. When they're out, will they call you, or are they not willing to talk to you on the phone? Do they ignore your text messages? When you do talk on the phone, are they saying your name? Are they calling you pet names and acting all lovey-dovey? Or has their tone of voice changed? Are they speaking more hush-hush, more monotone? When we speak to someone that we're interested in or that we care about, our voice changes. We all have the customer voice. If you work in customer service, you have the customer voice, and then you have your relationship voice, your flirty voice. If they're giving you this really cold, monotone, quiet voice, it's who are you hiding from? If you walk into a room and you see them on the phone, do they hang up quickly and say, I'll call you back later? And then don't tell you what they were talking about? It could be about work, it could be about whatever, but if they do this consistently, that's kind of weird. Are they picking fights a lot and randomly almost? When they pick the fight, do they storm out of the house and get some time alone? What are they doing with that alone time suddenly? Who are they going to see? Who are they talking to? It's cool to need space, but if they're picking random fights over absolutely nothing just to get away, are they becoming more nitpicky about you? Are they telling you like that they're unhappy and picking out things that they don't like about you? The way you dress, something that you do is annoying. But then when you like try to work on the relationship or try to change, they're not willing to work either. They don't want to fix things. Like, they just want to tell you how unhappy they are. They're essentially laying the groundwork for why the relationship ended. Like, oh, things were already bad, so I left. It allows them to shift the blame and give them an excuse for when they break up with you. Are you starting to feel crazy? Are they disagreeing with you and arguing with you more than they're supporting you? Do you leave every fight feeling like you are annoying, like you shouldn't have brought it up, like it's all your fault, like you're feeling guilty, like you're crazy? P.S. That's gaslighting. Are they suddenly getting a lot of texts from Bob, their coworker, who they didn't even really like before, and you can't really figure out why Bob is texting them and Snapchatting them and calling all the time? And when you check their phone, Bob's contact info shows up. So is that really Bob, or did they put someone else's number under Bob's name? If they allow you to check their phone, do you see any gaps in time in their messages, in their call logs? Something that iPhones do, if you look at the screen that lists all the messages, it'll show you the time that the last message was received. If you click on the text message and then check the time in there, if they're deleting messages, it'll be different. If they're not deleting them, or not deleting the last message essentially, they'll be the same. But people can be pretty tricky. If you check their phone and you see that, there's a text from you and their mom, and then there wasn't anything since yesterday at 2 and it's 9 p.m. now, that's not exactly right. Like, you just texted me and your mom and that's it today? Like, okay, whatever. When you ask them if they're okay, if things are okay, if something's off, you feel off, but you can't figure it out, so you go to have that conversation that I mentioned, and they get defensive and they get angry and they make you feel like you're crazy when they should be reassuring you or just being like, no honey, it's okay. Anything like that would be so much better than getting defensive, getting angry, pointing the finger back at you. Are they accusing you suddenly of cheating? Maybe they're projecting. Now, this is one that you don't see very often anymore because most people are aware that it happens. It can happen unconsciously, but more often than not, cheaters are pretty careful about their accusations. This is a common one that you hear all the time. Have you noticed a sudden change in their appearance? Do they suddenly care more about the way that they look? And that's not a bad thing. It's okay to care about how you look. It's okay to suddenly be healthy and want to lose weight and then dress, better when you lose the weight. But are they getting dressed up to go out with you, or are they getting dressed up to go to work? Are they getting dressed up and going out alone? That's when it gets a little bit suspicious. Have you noticed that their interest in hobbies or what they like has suddenly changed? Maybe they start listening to new music, or are interested in a new sport, or they pick up a new hobby. And that's awesome. I am all about self-development, but ask them where they heard about it. Ask them what made them change their mind about something. If they suddenly like polka music and they never liked polka music, ask them why. Who introduced you to it? And that's a normal conversation. That's an okay thing to ask. You can be interested in your partner's life without crossing boundaries or overstepping lines. If they can't give you an answer, or they get weird about it, or they get angry, that's probably not a good sign. And the final red flag is, does your gut feel like they're cheating on you? Now, keep in mind there is a difference between intuition and paranoia. Paranoia could be because all of your other relationships have ended in cheating, so you're just assuming that they're going to cheat. Or maybe you got into a big fight and then you're assuming that they're cheating suddenly because you fought with them. That's not rational. If you feel like things are okay, you can't really put your finger on anything, but things are just slightly off, that's intuition. That's the thing that I'm talking about. That's that pit in your stomach where you're just like, what is going on here? That's worth looking into. Please remember that none of these red flags are set in stone. None of these have to be signs of cheating, but they are signs of a relationship with problems. They are things that need to be worked on. If you're feeling insecure and questioning all of these things and your partner is really not cheating, they're not meeting your needs, and you need to start with a conversation. Please don't start on the attack. Please don't go at them, accusing them and acting all crazy, unless you're cheating and then you're just accusing them and projecting, which whatever. I hope they find out, because cheating is a dick move and you need to be called out on it. Now, if you have cheated, you need to tell your partner. You can't just live your life pretending like it didn't happen. I have a bunch of other videos I want to make about this topic because I honestly do have a lot of experience with this. Your girl's got a lot of knowledge. But I want to talk about the sneaky things that cheaters do to hide their cheating, the ways to catch a cheater, the things that you need to hear if you've been cheated on, because there are important things that you need to take away from a relationship if you've been cheated on. Let me know in the comments which one you would like to see next, and let me know if I missed any red flags. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye!